right, we are going to use a truth table to determine logical equivalence. So let's first just revisit, what does it mean for statements to be logically equivalent? Well, basically, that's just the same exact truth value. So if we're looking at a truth table, we need to have identical lines. So they need to be the same true, false, or whatever the line happens to be. If they are the exact same, then we have a logically equivalent statement. So we are given, and we're just going based off of symbols here, we're given X or Y, right? So remember, symbolically, the V means or. So X or Y. And we are going to determine if any of the four are following are logically equivalent. So we have X and Y, the negation of X and Y, X and the negation of Y, or the negation of X or the negation of Y. So we're basically comparing these 5 statements. So let's go ahead and do that within a truth table. So I've prepped the truth table with my wonderful handwriting. So you'll notice we're going to start with X and Y. So since we have 2 values, right, X, Y, 2 values, 2 squared is 4. And therefore, we have 4 lines. Now for X, we're going to start with true, true, false, false. So we always split the first one up half and half trues, half false. The next one, we're going to alternate. So for Y, we're going to go true, false, false. So that gives us all our possible combinations, right? 2 trues, true, false, true, false, false, which is exactly what we want. Now, our given statement is X or Y. So recall, if it's an or statement, one of those values has to be true, but only one of them. So true, true results in true. True, false, we have a true. False, true, we have a true. And then false, false, there is no true value, so we have false. So we are looking for something that will match, oops, wrong button. That's fine. We're looking for something to match this, right? We want something that matches true, 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 false. And that is our goal. So in order to do this, we are going to compare the 4 statements here. And some of those have the negation of our statements. So let's go ahead and fill in the negation of X, which is just the opposite of what we see in our first line. So that would be false, false, true, true. The negation of Y, simply the opposite of our Y column there. So false, true, true. Okay, so now let's jump in. When we are talking about X and Y, so remember when our connector there is an and, we need to have both values be true. So X and Y, true, true is a true, right? This is X and Y, so it's these 2 columns. For the next one, we have true, false. Well, they both need to be true, so that's then false, true, then false, false. So you'll notice X and Y does not match X or Y. So that is not logically equivalent. Our next line is the negation of X and Y. So now I'm looking negation of X and Y. Those are my 2 columns I'm comparing. So I have false, true. Ooh, that's false. Right there, I know I'm not the same. False, false is a false. True, true. Hey, there's a true. And true, false gives me a false. But because, again, that does not match the true, 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 false, this is not logically equivalent. Let's go to the next one. X and the negation of Y. So now we're looking at X and the negation of Y. So the first one, true, false. True, false. False, true. False, true. Oh, no, I missed one. So sorry. I was looking at the wrong. This is how easy it is. I'm looking at the second one, true, true, and then false, 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 true. Okay, so the rest of them are good. But false, true, false, false does not match. This is also not logically equivalent. And then we've got the last one, the negation of X or the negation of Y. So now we're comparing these 2 columns, negation of, and we're using an or statement. Or means one of them has to be true. My first one is false, false. Then I have false, true, true, false, true, true. So this is kind of like opposite, really. We needed true, 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 false. We got false, true, 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 true. So again, not logically equivalent. So the 4 statements that we're comparing, none of them are logically equivalent to the given x or y.